I had some experiences in the military that that taught me what the horrors of those prejudices and racism, or what the horrors of racism were for others. And it was unintentional, ironically linked to that acknowledgement of prejudice. So it was one morning. Is it all right if I tell you a story?
Please.
So one morning, this was at basic and advanced infantry training. This is at Fort Benning, Georgia. 0400 in the morning, pitch black, drill sergeants everywhere screaming. So totally chaotic environment. And and at the time, this was the 1990s. There was this big push to try to remove bigotry and racism from the force. And at the time the theme was, we're all green. We all paint our skin green. We're all green. Your skin color doesn't matter. You're all army green, right? And that was the theme. And the drill sergeants were going up and down the line, shouting things and, yelling, various things. And one walked up to me and yelled at me, Fanney, were you ever a racist? Right? And the word that I heard in my head was prejudice, because, that's what I was taught, that everyone has prejudices. And in a way, the family history actually does, it certainly has been touched by racism. So in a way, when I said yes, I have been a racist, I didn't mean to say that, right? But the word in my head was prejudice. But when I said yes, in a way, I acknowledged the history, right? But when I said yes, all of the people in my platoon who were African-American, who were Black, looked at me in horror, like abject horror. And it was like a knife in my head, just seeing the terror in their eyes, in fellow soldiers that I cared about, that were my friends, that I was there's lives I was sworn to protect, men that and women that I saw as equals and as brave and as heroes for this country, who put their lives on the line. That slip up for me, that and ironically maybe telling the truth of our history and seeing the impact of that on them hurt me. And I was like, wow, I'm standing on a live wire here. It's like, and I just probably, all these people hate me now, and yet that was a lesson. You learn from, errors that reveal, maybe past truths. And even though I was never a part of a riot against, African Americans, I saw the effect of the lynch mob on my fellow soldiers, and it made me terrified of that part of our history, that part of my history, as a family. And it really made me want to learn how to reach out to them and somehow make it right. And I don't know, what is the way to make that right? That's something that, that I'm still trying to learn.